Hello, everybody. Thank you for returning to or coming for the first time to our YouTube channel. I am Brian with Technology United for Ukraine. We are an all volunteer organization of engineers, scientists, technologists, or anybody who wants to help out Ukraine. And we provide innovative technological solutions for the Ukrainian military and Ukrainian civilian population. So if you'd like to join us, link is in the description. Let's get right into this. It looks like the U.S. is getting close to a decision to provide JASSM cruise missiles, according to Reuters, to Ukraine. This will be in the next package, which will be delivered by the end of this month. And that's by the end of November, as they say right here in the article. Could be quite devastating for the Russians because these weapon systems have a lot of capabilities. And I do believe above and beyond Storm Shadows. If anybody in the who's watching this could please maybe give a comparison, if you can, on Storm Shadow versus JASSMs. These I do believe are a bit more devastating, I guess is the word. So let's go look at what exactly a JASSM is. Another word for it is an AGM 158. So if we look down here, they cost roughly $700,000. I'll blow this up. You see that right here. Made by Lockheed Martin. They have a distance capability of about 230 miles or 370 kilometers. So that's a very long way. They work off of GPS, this inertial navigation guidance system, which is a bunch of sensors that give the cruise missile an idea of where it is in space and time. So I imagine if it can't use the GPS and it has to go to this system, I would imagine maybe it's not quite as accurate. I don't know. And again, if somebody can clarify that for me, put it in the comments. But it does have the ability to use this. And then it also has thermal imaging capabilities, which can, as it says here, if you see where I am right here, it says it will provides the ability to target, recognize, and thermal homing. Now, to what extent can it identify, a T-72 tank as versus an EW system? I don't know. Or it just can identify a specific building. That, again, will leave to the experts. So let's take a look at what the JASSM is capable of. Now you can see there's some video of it striking an object. Looks like a Storm Shadow, a Taurus. Wow, look at that. Tremendous explosive capability. And it does have bunker busting abilities. This is it here, hitting what looks like a bunker, underground bunker. Another type of defensive setup. It's penetrating. And here, look at this is concrete. So it does have quite destructive capabilities. Now, again, compared to the Storm Shadow, I'm not sure, but I think there is a difference between how the Storm Shadow deploys its munitions versus the JASSM. But if anybody knows, again, put it in the comments. Let's take a look at what all is. Oh, and this is another great one here. If you see, I'd like to show this. This is it going into a bunker. Now, that imagine this is using GPS. That's a very, very small area that it would have to hone in on. Let's go here. So this is a map of where it'll be able to reach out. So here's Kyiv. This is Ukraine. Here's Moscow, so very close to Moscow. And these are all air bases. Now, air bases won't be the only targets, but obviously these are very high value. This is showing the maximum distance. Now, I imagine they're probably thinking about them being fired from an F-16 from somewhere around here. Now, I don't know if I mentioned that, but these are fired from an F-16. So then, you release one from here and all of this or over here, right up on the border of Ukraine and Russia, can reach out this far. So definitely changes the game to a certain extent. Well, the massive extent, because remember, the problem with Storm Shadows and HIMARS is the EW, electronic warfare systems, that Russia has all over Ukrainian held territory, right? So it diminishes the accuracy when it jams the GPS. But what Russia doesn't have is enough EW. Now, look, an EW system can be up to $250 million, and also to shoot it out of the sky, you're going to have more anti-aircraft assets spread out over this whole area. Now, they don't have enough for Ukraine, to for the territory they've taken in Ukraine, and to protect your high value targets around Russia. So there may be nothing to protect these bases at this point. They just don't have enough resources. So GPS might work perfectly fine in these instances where they can send them out to very specific targets on these bases, but it remains to be seen. So let's go to my deep state. Now, one thing about deep state is they don't show the topography of Russia. I don't know why, but this is the topography of Ukraine. This is Kyiv right here. Now, this is the border of Ukraine with Russia. So let's imagine, let me pull this all the way down. Here's Moscow. Okay, this is Moscow right here. Circle that. I don't know if it'll pop it up. We press on it. Here we go. This is Moscow. Let me do this. Let's say they fire a right about here. I don't know how close they're going to want to get to that border. Get out right about here. Look, that's 401 kilometers. So a little bit less than that. So, I mean, it just gives you the perspective of how far these can reach and can pressure Moscow. That's got to be an mental issue for Russians to think, wow, they're getting that close to our capital. Again, it's psychology, right? It's going to be something that damages morale and also the prestige. Now that they're reaching so easily into Russia, it's going to cause some political issues and morale issues for Putin to deal with. Well, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let's hope by the end of this month it will be approved and these things will be on the ground and in the air, helping out Ukraine. Again, thank you, everyone. And if you'd like to join our organization, link is in the description.